Okay, Westbrook family, need to get you an update video on what we're doing with Scooter here. And my apologies in advance because she ends up, Scooter gets called Scoot an awful lot. Um, so hopefully that's not too offensive if I call her Scoot. Um, we can't just, heaven forbid, we actually call a dog their name. You can't just call them what we name them. Every dog's got a register name, a call name, a nickname. Scooter gets called Scoot a lot. Um, and really, I continue to be very pleased with Scooter. I think she's doing great. Um, I have no concerns. I have nothing that worries me about Scooter. She's been extremely healthy. That's good. No health concerns at all. Um, she has, I think, an absolutely delightful temperament. She's very much like, she's got a lot of Tycho things that she does. So, for example, like when we're outside in the airing yard washing, Tycho will come up to you and like push himself into your hip to get attention and get love. And Scooter does the same thing. We'll see her sneaking in there for some extra love. And as I've said in every video, she's an affectionate dog. She's a dog who's going to be pleasant to be around in the house. She's a lover. I would call her a sweet, affectionate, attentive dog. Um, and that's going to be helpful in the field as too. I mean, she's obviously paying attention to me. She's not, wandering around in here, getting into stuff, messing with things. Some dogs, aren't really interested in being your buddy. They're more interested in, doing things for themselves. And Scooter has always had a good relationship with me. When I think about the little baby puppy, that we started with about 6 months ago, she's come a long way. Well, that's not 6 months. Like what, 4, 5 months? What was that? Christmas time? I don't even know. No, it was before Christmas. Anyway, um, she's doing great. So I have no red flags at all. So um, this will probably be the last video we'll do indoors. Scooter, along with several other of my dogs, have kind of been going through this process together. And we're pretty much wrapping up what I would call the classic force fetch part of this session. I'll probably do about one more week or so, week, 10 days. After this, we'll be doing stuff indoors, and then we're going to move outside. So she is operating now nicely. You notice that there's no leash. I'm not. I'm going to be moving her with my hands. I'm not, pushing or pulling her. We are doing this is all off lead obedience. She's going to be, doing stuff with the commands, and not with me applying a leash pressure. She is, of course, has an e-collar on. The e-collar will continue to be an important part of her training all throughout, everything we're going to do. Um, so I really think we're looking good. Thinking about the future, I have planned. There's a test 4 weeks from now that is the weekend of. Um, Actually, I guess it's 3 weeks. Excuse me. It's 3 weeks from now. It's the weekend of May 21st or 22nd, 21st, right in there. There's a test going on in Kansas City that's close to me. It's about an hour and a half away, and so I'm kind of set that as a goal to be able to go do. I think Scooter will be fine to do it. We've got some pieces we got to do between now and then, but I think she's on pace to be ready for that. So let me show you what we've been working on. Um, Yep, sit, good, fetch. So anytime I say the F word in this video, I am applying e-collar pressure. Heel, sit, good dog, good, give. Because we are putting the force in force fetch. I'm gonna shut this fan off. Yeah, she kind of likes it. Seems like. So we are applying pressure to the actual word fetch, which means get it in your mouth. And then we want her to don't drop it until I take it. If I have any complaint about Scooter, it's that she occasionally will fumble, meaning she will not have a real tight grip and lose it. A lot of times when I see that with dogs this age, You'll see it get a lot better when we start using a more interesting object, especially a bird. So anyway, we're getting better every day on it, but occasionally she does give me a fumble. She'll give me a drop, in which case we have to reapply pressure to pick the thing back up. So what we're doing here is we're trying to get her to come across the room, right here, fetch, and there I just gave her fetch, fetch, come on, fetch, good, heel, sit, kind of like goofy on me, aren't you? And that time I actually applied a little bit more pressure and she has a better grip, which is again another common thing. It tends to be when you apply more pressure, the dogs tend to get a little bit better grip. She usually does better. Yeah. So what we want her to do is we're taking the retrieve process, we're breaking it into little bitty steps. You know, I've been saying in a lot of my videos today, you know, A to Z. You know, Scooter is going to make me take her from A to Z on this retrieve process, and she's doing well with that. So we're walking all the way across the room, right here, fetch, and I say the word to pick it up, and then you come back to the mat, sit down, heel, good girl, give, good. And you can tell she's a little bit hesitant because she's like, ah, great, now he's gonna make me pick it up again, and that's okay. That's okay. I know. Fetch, good. We can add a little bit more excitement. Good girl. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Right here. Right here. Fetch. Good. Oh, fetch. So the step that we're working on, today's particular step, call it letter, you know, T or something, you know, from A to Z. Give is some dogs, actually I say a lot of dogs, are comfortable with fetching the stick when it is down here on the ground with my hand on it. But the moment I take my hand away, they don't want to pick it up. It's fascinating. Hi, how are you? So it's funny. That's like the smallest little step. Like, you know, I tell them to fetch, and they're like, your hand isn't touching. So of course, what I have to do is, you know, put it down and then leave my hand just a couple inches, and then I leave my hand, you know, more, and then my hand more. So we gradually wean them off my hand being there. Because of course, I want the dog to be able to run across the room, pick up the stick, come back to the heel position, and hand it to me politely. So we're getting there. Fetch. See how immediately, as soon as I took my hand away, she focuses on my hand. Fetch. Good girl. Good. I'm just going to help her. She's got a little bit of loose. There you go. Good. That's good. Good girl. She seems to really also thrive on praise, verbal praise, and actually giving her, you know, love, giving her, you know, petting her seems to mean a lot to her. Again, that's almost certainly due to her temperament, her tendency to be an affectionate dog. So affection, you know, really means a lot to her. So we can use that. And the nice thing is we always have praise with us. You know, dogs that are driven by food, for example, you know, it's difficult because food, you know, I can't give the dog a treat when they have an object in their mouth, and I may not have food on me. But praise and love, we always have. Good girl. Yes, that's good. Give. So we always have that at our disposal. Let's go one more down here. Fetch, 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 fetch. What? Fetch. Good. Hey, girl, you can do it. No, fetch, fetch. So there, if the mouth comes off, we reapply pressure. Pressure goes up. Fetch. Good. So what we want her to learn is the idea that she needs to pick it up off the ground, but also we want her to understand that we want her to learn to beat the pressure. That is to say, get it done before I'm going to have to apply pressure. It's kind of like with your kids, you know, you want your child to understand, hey, you need to do this because it's the job you're assigned. But also, you don't want to have to discipline your child every time. You want them to simply do it. So we're still in that process of teaching her, I need you to do this, or there's going to be pressure applied. And she's getting those pieces put together. And you can see how nicely she is under control here. She's sitting here politely. She's under control. She's not, you know, moving around. She's under control very well. I'm quite happy with it. Give. Okay, one more time. We're going to do one more time. Walk right across the room. Good girl. Right here. Right here. Fetch. Come on. Right here. Fetch. Come on. Fetch. Fetch. Good. No. Fetch. Fetch. Good. Good girl. Here. Heel. Sit. Nice job. Good. Yep. So, all in all, I think we're doing fine. It's just a million little reps that we're going to be doing here. Like I said, we'll probably be inside for another week, 10 days, and then we'll be doing stuff outside with new objects, and it gets much more fun, much more exciting. What I love, again, you can see how I've just been putting pressure on her, been demanding of her, and she's still coming up to me, wanting attention, wanting love, tail wagging. She's got a good attitude. I love that about Scooter. She's always got a good attitude. She's a nice little dog.